friends and lovers. Welcome back to another episode of Hades for Personal Computer. We're going to take out the aspect of chaos. Yeah, so chaos is an aspect that I've really changed my mind about, and we're going to test out a particular hammer with it. We're going to see, we're going to use Artemis's keepsake as we go, and we're going to try to get her special boon, and the hammer we're going to try to take is the Dashing Flight. This is one I don't think I've ever tried to specifically make a build around, not as far as I can remember. So we're going to be looking for a lot of special damage if possible, somehow. And there are some decent second hammers that could make this work out. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I think about this. So Dashing Flight, this is the one I'm thinking of. During your dash, your special is faster and deals 200% more damage. That is actually a lot. That is actually a very large amount. Now the problem is that the base special damage is only 15. Oh, okay. So chaos is nice here because we're gonna need it. So the damage goes from 15 to 45 while dashing. Oh, we need dash. Sorry, not dash damage. We need special damage, please. Oh, come on. Seriously? It's only for 3 chambers. So we'll do it, and we'll just won't use the special for a little bit. I kind of feel like this is an interesting idea, I think, to say the least. Especially since it speeds things up. Now, I'm going to avoid using the special for the 3 chambers here, but we're still going to try to fill in that special slot for sure. That's right, something we actually haven't tried in Hades, if you can believe it. I guess there are still things, but we are scraping at just like, can we really make this good? You know, like, can we make this broken? Is this a game where you can make everything quote unquote broken? Well, it depends on the thing you're trying to make broken. Any aspect, sure. Oh, thank God we got a good special boon. Any aspect, yes, I think you can. I don't think there's really any argument about that. Any weapon, absolutely, of course, same thing then. But every hammer, no, because I mean, hammers are what makes things broken sometimes. And so I can't take something that's already broken and like fix it up to something besides maybe kind of mediocre, you know what I'm saying? But who knows, we'll see. We have been surprised before, and we're gonna put it to the test ourselves here. Right after this chamber. Come on. I can't wait to use that special. Okay. How much we're actually gonna use the... Ooh. Damn, that looked cool, honestly. How much we're actually gonna use the aspect here, I'm not sure. What if I go for that duo boon between Dio and Artemis? I mean, I never use that boon. Okay. So now I think the goal is, yeah, you want to dash actually and kind of roll your thumb into using the special right afterwards. As far as I can tell. And I guess, you know, like, it's actually not looking too bad so far. Is it 32 heat good? I don't know. I didn't really talk about it, but we're going to do 32 heat. Whoa. We do have Underworld Customs on. I do need a boon to sell, but I kind of just want to palm that too. Nice, okay. Very nice. It's fine. Dio's back. The thing is, it's kind of hard. No, it's not that bad so far, honestly. I thank God that they make it so that your special comes back faster, too, since you can't do anything unless your special's back in your hand, right? And you can't use this, this is a really very rarely seen or used hammer. You can't use it with the aspect of Zeus, which would probably be the best case scenario for, right? It's not available. Sure, we'll go for it. A double palm. Okay. I mean, we have a special I can just throw around. Might not clear this very quickly, but that's okay.
I have a delicious onion waiting for you, boy.
Might not be able to make good use of Dashing Flight either. Bonk. 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 Fine, I'm not in a rush, baby. I'm in no rush. Longer the video, the more ad revenue. Come on. What an annoying room this was. Okay, there we go. Level 5 on the special now. Nice. There's the mid shop. We'll take that. Now, that did take a while, so... And we do have a 5-minute deadline, so we got to keep that in mind. We need boons to sell. Okay, I'm thinking here. Do I actually buy them both? Level 6 on the special. Do a boon? Wow! Hangover afflicted foes are more likely to take critical damage. So would this have been better if I just put Dio on the special when you think about it? Maybe. So it doesn't... Bonus critical per... Yeah. Hit with a special. Fire a seeking arrow. Is it possible that support fire is just better here? Kind of hard to say. Kind of hard to say. Holy God. Okay. This is actually working surprisingly well so far. It feels. We'll see how it feels against a boss, though, which is probably the real question, right? How is this going to feel against a boss A? Do we actually go for Heartrend? We could go for Aphrodite's Dash, I suppose, right? Yeah, I guess we could do that. You could go for, like, Low Tolerance, which is the Dio Aphrodite duo, but that's probably would not be especially good here. Thank God we got those 2 free chambers, by the way. Thank goodness. Really not interested in Demeter? Oh, though, I need something to sell. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of have to go this way. We might have to roll to make sure we sell the thing that we want to. That means we can't take rare crop here. Sure, Ravenous Will for a chamber. Why not? Okay, this is actually interesting. This is actually quite interesting. Hades is a game that where, you know, like a lot of roguelikes, you gotta have like good things and bad things, right? You can't have, not everything can be good, and obviously not everything can be bad. You know, you want players to find things that they find to be particularly good, blah, 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 blah. The one thing you really just gotta make sure is you gotta make sure the player feels like that they're always capable of winning the run, you know what I mean? For the most part. Now, Hades' difficulty scaling is a bit interesting in that sense where that might not be like 100% true after certain difficulties, but it's up to you to figure out how to load out the pact of punishment to make sure that that doesn't happen, you know, where you're just guaranteed to lose at moments, I guess you could say, right? And yeah, I think Hades does a good job of that. You know, I never really, you know, if I'm just playing a run, you know, and I'm not going for 50 plus heat, or at least 40 plus heat, I guess you could say, I think we'll be okay. But I have to roll here to get rid of Ravenous Will.
Let's see what else.
Okay. Now what do we want? We want Afro.
Try another one.
We have lots of money now.
Broke out of Tartarus.
Many duo boons, perhaps, this run if we can. So, what do you do with a hammer like this, you know? I don't know what the pick rate is. I don't know. I don't really know what other people think about it. I never hear people discussing it. The thing is, I would think that it would sound okay to a lot of people because 200% looks and sounds like a lot. Does it not? It looks like a lot to me. You don't see 200% just floating around in the game very often, as stated. I mean, I see people talking up almost every hammer, but this one just, like, does not get discussed, period. Like, even when talking about bad hammers, I don't hear people talking about it. Special speed wouldn't do a whole lot here. I guess we go for the old hyper sprint rush delivery combo, because that's the best thing that could happen to us now. I'd say we got enough palms in the special for now. And I feel like that's what makes it an interesting hammer, the fact that it's practically just not even acknowledged, you know what I mean? But that's kind of a problem with a few hammers with the shield, where especially around the special, like they're just not discussed because unless you're playing aspect of Zeus, like I don't know if anyone really cares, you know what I mean? There's kind of only one special hammer that does much on the shield, and that's explosive return, really. So the question is, do these hammers need to be changed? Do they need buffed? Need to be buffed? Would that make them too competitive with everything else and make it so that it kind of washes out the experience in some way? Homogenizes everything so it doesn't feel like you can actually make a poor decision. It's possible that that could happen. If too many things are good, I mean, the game would just be too easy, number one, right? Like, you need to let the player make bad options. But this is like the genius here because, like I said, you can make pretty much anything work. Like, we're making this work right now, are we not? I wouldn't even say we got insanely lucky. We got okay luck so far, I'd say. You might think otherwise for your own runs, but luck to me means that a lot of luck means that we got like two giant special boons, two giant boons from chaos that helped our special damage. That did not happen though. I kind of feel like support fire is okay, but I do want to throw out one roll to see if Heartrend appears, and it did. Okay, and it did in the shop. So where the hell was I going with that thought? Tiny boons to sell still. Crap. Ravenous Will's back, huh? I don't know if I'm that confident in the run to fight Charon. Ah, screw it. Let's have some fun.
Whoops.
The runs our damage isn't going to get a lot better probably at this rate. Like, it's depending on what the second hammer happens. I just don't think Dio could do a lot for us here, so.
Sorry.
Oh, I hope we have the time for this. The genius of Hades, what was I saying? They give you, there's usually a possibility to make a particular thing good depending on your starting loadout. You know, there's like an instance where for almost everything in the game, you know, that there's a reason to take it, you know, so to speak. And it might sound like I'm being vague. Like there's at least one instance where you would take dashing flight out there, and I think we just found it. You know, it might only be one for this particular thing that we're looking at right now, but like Crystal Beam, like there are instances where you take it. You know, even things that are considered bad by a lot of people. Oh, he's already dead? Damn. I don't even think I used Meg. Okay, we don't know what's going to be, what the reward for this chamber is. So they let the player kind of make the mistakes because it's hard to know ahead of time how well something's going to work without having tried it a bunch of times. Don't really like the call. It's pretty mediocre to say the least. You definitely don't want the cast. Is there anything that does anything? We already have Ravenous Will. There's really nothing, I'd say. Okay. But yeah, I think that's kind of interesting. So it's not that it's very rarely do we say never take X. It's usually like only take X under Y conditions, you know, to put it very simply. We already have premium vintage. Roll for strong drink. There's not a whole lot else that we want. Man, those are terrible. I'll take the health too. I think that's what's clever about the game. So you might make the mistake of starting a run and you see like an epic Zeus attack, but you took it for the wrong weapon or aspect and you learned your lesson. Maybe you didn't, not quite yet, you know. Sometimes it takes more than one time for us to learn these things, right? Damn, this is actually pretty good though, right? I'm pleasantly surprised so far. Am I ecstatic? I don't know yet. It's interesting though, that's for sure. I think it's interesting just to see like the special like zooming around like that, and it might open up some secondary hammers for the special that we wouldn't normally take. Woo! Damn. Do. What's our call? Demeter. Woo! Woo! Do. Go, Demeter! I keep trying to kind of do this dash attack thing from this thing we were doing on stream. It's a long story, basically, but I keep trying to do this weird dash attack thing but in reality, all I need to do is just throw out the special after the end of the bull rush, like very simply.
We'll have you back
Okay.
I think.
What's in here? Nothing that we actually want right now. What are we selling? Ravenous Will. I guess I'm also kind of trying to apply a weak effect. What do we want? We want Charon's keepsake here. None of these are very good. Yeah, the Hydrolight's like nice and convenient. Will keep us healthy, right? Let's go that way, huh? I don't know if I've ever made like flat damage work very well on Aspect of Chaos. I don't know if I've made a ton of things work very well on Chaos, but like Zeus works very well on the special in general, but Artemis on the special, like, I don't know if I've really made this work as like the showcase build. As the showcase part of the build. Okay. Hammer time. Okay, come on, die please. Ow, that hurt. You know what film wife and I watched recently? Stay tuned. Stay tuned. John Ritter, I think is his name. I forget. He's the guy. He plays all the bad guys in like from the 80s and maybe early 90s movies. He's a Ferris Bueller. Was the principal, I'm gonna say. I don't think I've ever known his name. Beetlejuice, you know. He's that guy. You know, Howard the Duck. He's like everything from back then. I wonder what happened to him. I have no idea. We were watching Stay Tuned, weird ass movie. Couple gets sucked into the television and they show a bunch of, I don't know how to describe it, but they were kind of just making fun of television in its own way, and it's quite unique, although kind of like creepy in its other ways. Little, maybe not classic, but sort of interesting to see where they were in like 1992 when this movie got made. Unfortunately, we didn't get anything particularly interesting here. So what's the best choice, I wonder, for ourselves? Yeah. I guess I'll take Ferocious Guard. I wouldn't call it particularly interesting, though. Not particularly fun. I don't think Sun Rush is going to do a whole lot for us. And Dashing Wallop, yeah, definitely not. I was thinking of trying to get a Dashing Wallop run working on, like, Zag Shield, but it just doesn't. It just doesn't, really. Zag Shield doesn't do a whole lot very interestingly. Hey, we got 50% damage from Rush Delivery, though. Ooh, Patty. Have a ton of money. Kind of don't want to turn down the extra... Oh, wait, no. Wait, I'm not doing an attack damage build. I was just talking about Dashing Wallop, and I confused myself. In that case, I guess I'm taking Hydrolite. Yeah, I should have just gone to the shop, then. We had the money for it. I don't think we have Hunter's Mark yet, right? Doo-doo-doo-doo. Blocked. Look at that point blank, baby. Shotgun shield. Woo! Oh my god. I mean, so you gotta kind of like point blank them. If we got explosive return, this would have been slapping even harder. If we got... What else is there? I don't know about Dreadflight. I don't even know if it's possible to get it, but that's kind of an interesting one here, maybe. It, like, makes the shield hit more foes or something weird. Yeah, I'll still take Hunter's Mark. I mean, I probably would have been willing to attempt it, at least. I don't know if it would have been any good, though. Explosive return probably would have stolen the show if we wound up taking it, so I guess I'm kind of glad that that didn't get offered. It actually works almost better against bosses than enemies. Fascinating. Woo! Woo! Looks pretty cool, honestly. Hunter's Mark is fine. More boons? Yeah, I mean, the special's level 7, I guess. We don't have strong drink. We don't have pressure points. Ugh. Sure. That's such a weird boon. All of Dio's like tier 2s are pretty weird. I don't know if I can make a video that centers around something like that influence. I mean, you need 3 enemies to make that happen. They all need to be hungover, right? If something were to make it work, it might be something like Chaos Shield with Dio on the special, right? That might actually be the best case scenario for it. But it's just too specific of a condition. I don't know. Maybe I'm not giving it... I feel like I'm giving it the proper amount of credit. It just doesn't affect bosses for the most part. That's the problem, really, right? That's the problem with it. No, we're not doing that. That's for sure. What could I roll into here? A better pressure points or clean kill, which isn't much.
What else we got?
30% clean kill is kind of fun. I'm not selling any of that. Having no rolls might be a bit scary now. I guess I don't need that money, so I'm not going to bother. More Artemis. There we go. Even stronger pressure points. That's what's going to happen. What if I just... Right, dashing flight. Was I forgetting about dashing flight? That's why I was doing the dash instead of just, like, letting it go. So you want to dash into the special. You don't want to special into the dash, weirdly. Because you want to be almost... You want to throw out the special... For dashing flight to work, interestingly, you want to be dashing while you throw it out, essentially. So it's almost like... It sounds very particular, and it kind of is. You want to be in the middle of a dash while it's going out there. The thing is, it's a bit unwieldy, you know? Like, doing anything in the middle of dashing is just kind of hard. Ooh, these are the worst things ever. Maybe I should have just taken the cast. I don't know. Hey, there we go. Yeah, we don't need max health, right? We'll be fine. More boons, more Artemis. Oh my god. More Hunter's Mark. All right, support fire at Epic. It's actually okay, I'd say at this point. Still no pressure points, interestingly. What do you think? Is this gonna feel all right? Woo! Oh my! Oh my! Ah, I missed. Come on. We only got 1 Chaos Boon in the special. It definitely would have felt better if we could get a little bit more going on there. Come on, knock him down. Thank you. Woo. This is fun, though. I kind of just have a good time if we find, like, anything particularly different. That's how I have a good time. All right. Dang, that's actually pretty interesting, I think. I'm going to call it interesting, at least. Until next time, good shade. It's certainly different. Uh-oh. Sell the call. Keep all the Artemis boons, right? You have to. Special damage? Oh, God, you're a saint. Am I really going to leave that keepsake on? Looks like we'll be okay, right? Looks like we'll be okay. Whatever your builds that have surprised you in Hades, you know? That was the fun of playing and first discovering the game. It's the things that surprised me. Like, I don't know if this is going to work. I have no idea, or I think it's bad. And then, boom, next thing you know. skating through Easy Street. Well, how did it happen? You know what I mean? Maybe there's things that I don't know about. I hear, like, I talk trash about Minotaur Rush, one of the shield hammers, and some other people, like, talk it up. It's like, maybe I'm doing something wrong. Maybe I'm doing something wrong there, but I can't quite figure it out. If I could guarantee this anvil to hit what we want to hit, you know, that could be interesting, but we can't. Sadly, we cannot. The Dio call would be nice. Did not get the Dio call. You got essentially nothing. All right then. Numbing sensation. Get out of here. Dio. All right, this time give me the Dio call, I think. Woo! 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 It is hard to use, and that's part of a problem. By the way, if you haven't looked hard enough, look at these curing wells and these, like, what are those, dryads taking like a soft, sensual bath, like a spa or something like that. Isn't that adorable? They're also naked though, just keep that in mind. So you just looked at them while they're trying to have a private moment in their bath. But yeah, it's hard to use. I mean, it's not the worst for usage, probably. Okay. Okay. All right, where's the second spawn? There it is. Kind of forgot that we're at 32. 840 on a crit? Damn, son. Oh, because we have Hidebreaker, that's why. I was like, there's no way that's correct here. Now the call? We got the call. You know, Dio's dash might have been better with Aphrodite's attack in this particular instance, if I were to guess. But I guess we didn't, you know, you can't guarantee all these things to line up the exact way that you want. Take what you can get. Doom. Woo! Gotta love all those numbers showing up. You know what I mean? Instead of one big number, give me a lot of, you know, give me a dozen, like, kind of okay numbers. That's what I'm talking about. Chaos Shield, I've talked about it before. In the past, way back in the day, I say way back, probably like a year ago, I probably would have been telling you, yeah, Chaos Shield, it's good. Go use it, go play with it. Go first try 32E with it. Yeah, I probably wouldn't say that nowadays. I've been convinced, you know. I've been convinced otherwise from other people's testimonials, you know. Hearing other people's feedbacks. And that's okay. I think I've kind of realized over time that the more I play with, like, the best things, the more the lower tier things kind of stand out as being not very remarkable, you know? And I think that's sort of what's happened with Chaos Shield. This is the best way I can describe it. That's my relationship with Chaos Shield, I guess, if that makes any amount of sense. Sweet Surrender? Maybe. All right. We're actually getting a good amount of support fire arrows. We still never got, I'm pretty sure we never got pressure points. Which is weird because it's such a key boon that I end up taking most of the time. Please don't make me fight too much. Wait, is this the last chamber? How does this work? Do I keep that special damage? I do not. Give it back? You're not gonna give it back, are you? Oh, come on, game. Let it end. Do. Bonk. Okay.
Effective feints.
I don't think there's anything we'd ever sell here. Sweet Surrender allows for 10% more damage. I was suddenly reminiscing, there was this crazy bug way back. Way back. I don't remember what patch it was.
Something useful.
I tend to forget about these things, you know? Where if you deflected Hades' attacks back onto him, is the best way I can describe it. It would deal something like 40 times the amount of damage. You'd just see hits for, you know, 3,000 all of a sudden because you reflected one little projectile back to Hades. It's like, holy shit. It's a wild surprise. Those are interesting times. We're probably going to have times like that during the early access of Hades too. Like those things slip through the cracks, of course. You know, how long do they last? Probably not very long, you know. But that's okay, you know. It's just still kind of neat to have those things, and you don't always. I don't think you need to go in with the expectation like this is a finished game or anything like that. You know, it's fun in its own way. I think. I don't know. Ravenous Will,
Before I go.
Snow Burst, I suppose. We got a lot of boons. It feels like we got a lot of boons. I think fighting Charon definitely helps there. That's for sure. 4 minutes to beat the dad. It's actually kind of rough, to be honest. This has been fun though. So before we fight dad, so far I think better of Dashing Flight. Would I take it over many others? Honestly, I might. At least with the aspect of chaos, I think I would in some instances. Actually, I think I actually would. Kind of depends though. Bonk. Bonk. Damn. Hey, buddy. Cut out the boiling blood, would ya? Now, some people might ask, why didn't I take a cast boon? You know, I see this question come up. Like, why didn't I take this or that boon and fill this or that slot? Even if I'm not using the ability very often. They're just kind of curious why I'm not filling it in. Like, I do throw out my cast from time to time here. I mean, the only cast boons that I recall that appeared that were interesting. Actually, we saw True Shot a few times. Hey, buddy. I'm not going to take something like Trippy Shot because that ruins Boiling Blood, which makes enemies take 50% more damage from our attacker and special while the cast is inside of them. Now, I could take something like True Shot, but you're just buffing your cast damage with that, and you're not getting a bonus. We're not helping the main source of our damage, which is from the special. And I guess Hades is kind of a game where you kind of just want to keep buffing 1 to 2 sources of damage, you know? You really just want to buff up one thing a lot of the time. I guess that might be a little bit too broad of a statement, but I mean, it's often the case. And you'll see it a lot in like the videos that I have in the runs that I do, where we're kind of just looking for one thing. Maybe that strategy kind of like gets slightly altered if you're playing an exceptionally high heat where you got to think things through a bit differently and you have certain packs on like damage control and stuff like that. But I think generally that is kind of what you're doing, is just like one source of damage. Woo! Fuck, baby. God, that was fun. That was fun. That actually worked exceptionally well, I gotta say. That worked exceptionally well. How lucky was the build? It was pretty lucky. It was medium lucky.
In my father's name.
Rush delivery is lucky. Level 9 special, weirdly, I would not call that lucky. Heartrend, not that lucky. Low top, splitting headache rather. I don't know. I don't think it's that good. At 5 stacks, what are you getting? 7.5% more crit chance? It's not that good. You know what I mean? I've never considered it that good. I don't think it's that good. Rush delivery, where's the chaos special damage? And that wasn't even that high, honestly. Like, this could have been so even more than what you see here by quite a bit. And it wasn't. And the second hammer wasn't even anything special. So I'm like pretty confident to say, like, it's interesting. It's something I haven't really tried. It might have looked lucky to some, but I kind of call it like just kind of cool. You know what I mean? It was a little difficult to use, but dashing flight. Oh, I should probably put it on here, huh? Dashing flight. I think it's actually really interesting, and maybe it could become even more interesting. Wait a minute, can you get this with charged flight? I don't know. During your dash, your special is faster, deals 200% more damage. The thing is, you need to throw out the special while dashing. I'm going to assume that you can't have both. I'm not sure, though. But hey, it was fun, actually. It was actually, you know, I have no regrets about trying this. I wasn't certain what I was getting into when I hit record in this video, but hey, it was fun. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe. If you got suggestions, make sure you let me know, and I'll see you in the next video.